May 17th, 2025, Houston police officers were dispatched to a crash on the freeway in the 10300 block of the North Freeway and learned that there had been a minor vehicle crash involving 3 vehicles. 2 of the vehicles remained on the scene, however, a third vehicle had fled the location. Officers then moved the crash off the freeway and put a general broadcast over the radio for the possible third vehicle, a green SUV.
They're along the crash, okay? Hey, whoa, up, down! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! 22-21.
Good.
There's close, shots fired.
Hey, roll me HFD. I got a male, not conscious, not breathing, multiple gunshot wound to his abdomen.
Where are you at?
We're in the China border parking lot. It's a vacant parking lot.
Additional North Bell Patrol officers were able to locate the green SUV vehicle in the area, and officers made contact with the driver. As the officers attempted to detain the driver of the green SUV for the crash investigation, the driver lifted his shirt up, reached for a visible gun in his waistband, and pulled out the weapon. 2 HBD officers then discharged their duty weapons more than once, striking the suspect. Officers began to render aid to the suspect until Houston Fire Department paramedics arrived. The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. The identity of the deceased male suspect is pending verification by the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences. On Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, at approximately 1:43 p.m., New York State Police and YSB troopers inside the SP Saratoga barracks heard gunfire originating from outside the station and immediately responded to the active threat. The individual, later identified as 69-year-old David Levine of Malta, New York, was located outside the building, standing in the parking lot armed with a long gun.
Put the gun down! Put it down now!
Suspect shot. 1343.
I got the gun. Somebody put cuffs on him. Can you start an ambulance? Start an ambulance.
Troopers instructed Levine to drop the firearm. Levine refused to follow multiple commands and aimed the gun in the direction of troopers, at which time the troopers fired their division-issued firearms, striking him. Levine was taken to a local hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigators have confirmed that Levine had fired several rounds into the occupied state police barracks. Troopers recovered a gun at the scene.
All right, I'm moving up to my car.
1346.
All right, just cover me. I'm going to my rifle. Sir, put down the weapon! Drop the gun! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
149.
Put the gun down! Put it down now!
We're southbound.
Suspect down. Suspect's been shot.
Received suspect gunshot 1343.
Drop the gun!
On May 30th, at about 12:30 p.m., Seattle police officers witnessed a man, later identified as 34-year-old DeMarco DeJohn Black, dealing drugs near 2nd Avenue and Battery Street.
Oh, westbound. Stop! Seattle police! DeMarco! Stop now! DeMarco, stop! Seattle police! DeMarco! DeMarco!
Shot fired, shot fired. Shot fired.
Black ran from police and they chased him on foot. During the foot pursuit, Black drew a handgun, and the officer discharged his department firearm at the armed suspect. Black was not struck by gunfire, and officers arrested him shortly after. No officers were injured. Police recovered the suspect's gun at the scene. The Seattle Fire Department arrived on scene and evaluated Black for reported chest pains. Black was booked into the King County Jail for investigation of assault in the first degree and unlawful possession of a firearm. This is the second time Seattle police have been involved in a shooting with Black.
Proceed suspect down on the north corner of Durham Hall.
All right, you got contact team. You guys ready to approach?
Yeah, give me a sec. Pat, you good over there?
I just can't see around that corner. All right, whenever you're ready.
Take a deep breath, Pat.
You good?
Yeah, come on, go!
You good?
In January 2020, Black pointed a gun at arresting officers who were trying to detain him for dealing drugs in Belltown. In July 2020, a judge sentenced Black to 7 years in prison for pointing the gun at the officers during the arrest. According to the Washington Department of Corrections, Black was released from prison in November 2024. Seattle police arrested Black on drug charges in March and April of 2025. The DOC said Black was sentenced to 7 days in jail after he was found in Seattle to allegedly buy drugs. At a first appearance hearing on Saturday, a judge set bail for Black at $300,000.
You won't be shot if you move. I got it.
On May 8th, 2025, at about 4:18 p.m., San Diego police officers responded to a 911 call from inside the Pacific Beach Taylor Branch Library at 4275 Cash Street. The caller said the man was inside the library causing a disturbance while armed with a hatchet. Library surveillance camera footage captured 53-year-old William Hanley walking up to the circulation desk and brandishing a hatchet at an employee behind it. Hanley entered the adult computer area and hacked away at power cords at unoccupied desks.
Hey, put your hands up. Take the axe out. Put it down. Put the axe down. Hey, get some distance. Drop it.
I'm gonna tear the street so the whole world sees it.
No,
Get the fuck away from me.
drop the axe.
He then verbally confronted a library patron before using the hatchet to smash a computer screen. Hanley vandalized another computer in the adult reading area before walking back to the circulation desk. Hanley walked from the library to the 4300 block of Dodge Street, where he was located by arriving San Diego police officers. Hanley was walking down the sidewalk when officers arrived. Officers gave Hanley commands to put his hands up and the hatchet down. After officers gave Hanley commands to put his hands up and drop the hatchet, Hanley responded, "No, I'm going to create a scene and the whole world sees it." Officers continued to give Hanley commands to drop the weapon. He did not comply. As Officer Blowamendel approached, Hanley raised the hatchet above his head. Officer Blowamendel discharged his service weapon. Officers immediately provided medical aid and called paramedics to the scene. Hanley was transported to the hospital where he was medically treated. No officers or uninvolved members of the public were injured in this incident. On April 20th, 2025, at approximately 8:20 a.m., officers with the Prince George's County Police Department responded to a stabbing call in the 8300 block of Indian Head Highway. Officers discovered 2 victims, a man and woman, with critical stab wounds. Before fleeing that scene, the suspect, 44-year-old Yvonne Buckner Jr., also set fire to the apartment. Officers learned the stabbing was domestic related and Buckner was known to the victims. At approximately 10:15 a.m., officers responded to the 100 block of St. George Boulevard in Oxon Hill, after receiving a 911 call for a report of shooting or cutting at that location. Upon arriving on scene, surveillance camera and private dashboard footage shows that multiple officers encountered an adult male with a knife.
Get a ticket. I'm getting a tech kick. Send in fireboard. Hey, cuff him!
The officers gave Buckner verbal commands, but Buckner did not comply and advanced toward one of the officers while armed with a knife. As the officer backed away from Buckner, he and one other officer discharged their service weapons, striking Buckner. Buckner remained standing, turned, and walked several feet away from the officers and collapsed. Officers provided medical aid until EMS arrived on scene and transported Buckner to an area hospital where he was pronounced dead. No officers were hurt in the incident. One of the victims from the stabbing has since been released from the hospital, while the second victim remains hospitalized, according to police. Police said neither of their injuries appears life-threatening and did not release their names.
Step back.
Thanks for your watching. Only small percentage of you are subscribing. So please subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later.